Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Burnley match reaction, in which it was quite a boring game itself, I felt, but we got the win, we got the 3 points. What I did love about today's game is the individual brilliance shown by some players today. It was absolutely spectacular. Other than that, yeah, it's a typical United performance, so we'll be talking about the game, the match ratings, all that stuff. But before we do get into it, if you are new, to subscribe, to smash a like. But yes, gentlemen, what were your thoughts about that Burnley Manchester United game? I think it's the first time we beat them at home in like the last 5 years or something ridiculous like that. So,
I think since they've been here, there hasn't been any home victories either way. So
mm,
that's a weird stat. I wouldn't say boring. I think it was entertaining to a certain extent. And it's hard to slate Ole when he's won 3-1, but some of the decision making today, I did not agree with it whatsoever. I thought it was a bit funny because Burnley are Burnley, and they do what they do. The low block. They don't even play the ball on the floor when they count. It's just one long ball. They get it towards. They do their thing, and they were aggressive. So I think we played well to the extent of how we were trying to play. So we were moving the ball to the wings a lot and trying to cross it there and trying to make opportunities from there. But I don't think that's the way to play against Burnley because they flood the center
mm,
the 18 area, and you have to play them through the middle. City do it all the time, and I don't know how City fare against Burnley, but I can imagine they beat them a lot because I feel like if anyone can handle how Burnley play, it is Manchester City. And we had to do that today. We had to play them through the middle, intricate 1-2, but we weren't doing that. We were trying long balls, we were trying to take it wide, which they don't mind. They're like, have it. We have tall players. Your cross is not going to get anywhere.
mm,
And we kept doing that and doing that. In terms of what we were trying to do, the work rate was great. The energy was there, the tempo was there, but it was not the right call. I don't think we should have tried to play like that. We needed to more intricate players through the middle. And I think you could see in the first half, yes, Pogba and Bruno were amazing, but whenever there was a glimmer of something good, I think it was coming from them too. But Ole, then at half time, plays Pogba deeper. I did not understand it whatsoever. Even heard the commentators like they were saying either Fred or McTominay has to come off. And then it's like, oh, by the way, Fred is off. And then they're like, yeah, we said so. But then the guy who's holding the conversation says, but for Cavani. And they all laughed because it didn't make any sense why Cavani is coming on and not a more creative player like a Donny van de Beek for us to play through the center and break Burnley down. And I think by that substitution, one, we lost a player who's very creative and will help us with interplays because Pogba did nothing most. This towards the end, he assisted, but he did mostly nothing in that second half. Like he wasn't even amazing at retaining the ball, so it kind of seemed like it got worse in the
mm,
center and part of the field. And creativity had lost that because he can retain the ball up there. He can find those difficult passes where you don't see one. And I thought that we were playing right to Burnley's hands. But at the end of the day, that attitude, that work rate, that got us over the line because Burnley, it just kept going. It was very stretched, left, right, left, right. But at the end of the day, we had more quality and we had a high tempo. We kept coming, and because of that, we won. We won because we're good work rate and we're better quality than them.
mm.
But I do think this game could have been wrapped up easier if we just done what we had to do. Play it through the middle, break them down. Yeah, it seems like coaching 101. So I just didn't get it. But we won 3-1, and it's very difficult to slate a team and a manager when they won 3-1.
I must say, we did say this in the preview. We said that we'd probably concede a corner because of Burnley's presence in the box. We did via zonal marking again, by Maguire not being dominant in the air today. We said Maguire would have to be that, and we did say that if we
Mm-hmm.
did see a Pogba Scott McTominay pivot, it's not going to end well because it's probably the worst pivot out of them all. Because for some reason, Pogba is then that guy who's like, okay, let me play CDM and I'll just
Yeah.
hold everyone's hand. So that's personally why I didn't like that
Absolutely.
pivot. But yeah, Clay, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I agree with Melissa. It's literally us just playing the wrong tactic, but we played well
Mm-hmm.
into that tactic, if that makes sense.
Mm,
We gave our all when we were playing that way. Like, I thought Scott was very impressive in the first half.
mm,
Like, I can't normally say that.
mm,
And that was just because you could see the energy, you could see the work rate, you could see us trying to push forward through him. It was completely the incorrect tactic today. Completely the incorrect tactic. And we just got lucky because we are the better team on paper and we got the tempo. I think that's the best way to sum it up today. We just got lucky at the end and we worked our chances.
mm. I think we the approach tactically wasn't the best because we all said like why would you play long ball and
Yeah.
have non-creative wingers against Burnley, But
Mm-hmm.
our quality at the end of the day, as of most times, gets us out of trouble. The quality of
Yep.
player is just so much better that they do this week in,
It's
week
only,
out.
I know only one, but it's only being a coward again because he's scared to risk putting Donny on and, not knowing what he's really going to get from him. He'd rather put these players on his trust and say, we're going to play this way, that's not the right way to play, and just hope your quality gets us over the line. And we saw that again today.
Exactly. I don't know if you guys noticed also, just a small thing, but like our bench today, there was no Ahmad Diallo because Matt has back into the team, so I'm a bit concerned about that. And other than that, like we already touched on it, the Donny thing is just I think we all wanted Donny to play. We all knew it was never gonna happen, but Donny comes on, instant impact, gets an assist. I'm so happy for Donny. I'm actually so happy for Donny.
Happy birthday, Donny.
And happy birthday also to you, Donny. Yes, very happy birthday to Donny Van today. I'm pretty sure you had a good birthday. Bar sitting on our bench, but coming on and having a performance like that, I'm pretty sure you're happy with that. So, yeah, we wish you all the best, Donny Van but we must move on to some player ratings, and I think that will just it'll carry on the conversation. Naturally. Starting off with Dino today. Oof. Dino today. He was drunk. Dino today was drunk. I'm convinced. Someone needs to do a drug test on Dino today. I don't know what Dino was doing. And then the cap thing was just banter. The cap was just banter in the second half. I understand the sun's in your eyes, but the cap doesn't fit. He looks like a clown. It is hilarious. Dino's decision making today was shocking. So not the best game from Dean Henderson. I'm just gonna give him. The thing is, if that was David De Gea today, people were gonna slate him dead. But I'll give Dino a 5. I think it was an absolute joke performance from Dean Henderson, and I think it's one of the first ones in a long while for Dean Henderson.
I think we've struggled with Burnley's long balls in the past, and I think they probably told him that, and that was ringing in his head. And I think he was overthinking it because he was trying to be proactive about it and ended up making way more mistakes. So, that was a disaster. I'm not going to go easy on him. I'm going to give him a 4.
Yeah, it felt like Ollie went to Dino and just went, De Gea's been doing well in Europa, You have a good performance today. Make sure to catch all those long balls. I want you to go out there and sweep. And this man just went for it today. He had no chill. He did not know whether it was a good time to go. He had no clue when it was a good time to go or not.
Yeah.
Like, when he just ran straight into Lindelof, I was like, oh my gosh, it's really just that kind of day for him. It's just really that day. It felt like the competition and the pressure was really on his back today, and he had like a Monster or a Red Bull. He just chugged it before the first half started and he just went, okay,
Someone spiked that monster. I don't know who spiked it, but somebody spiked that monster.
But no, it wasn't good at all.
There's Pickford vibes today. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
I got Pickford vibes today from him.
You try to be the normal sweeper that he is, and he just ruined everything that he touched today. It was not good from him. I'm agreeing with the 5. Subpar. I expect more from Dino.
Yeah, we're all big fans of Dino as well, so ish.
Yeah.
When we slate Dino, he must have had a stinker. But Dino, I don't know what went on today, but please, brother, if you're listening, never again, don't do that ever again in my life, okay? Please,
Yeah,
for the sake
come
of
back.
United fans, exactly. For the sake of United fans around the world, I beg, please don't do that again. But anyways, we move on to Luke Shaw, which is a very weird one, because defensively I thought he was alright, Offensively I also thought he was alright. I didn't think he was as, he was going forward as much as we used him doing, but I felt that when he did go forward today, there was some quality. So it's a very weird one from Luke Shaw, but I think I'm going to give him a 6 just based on the high standards of Luke Shaw. But I do believe it'll be a little bit above a 6. I don't think you can go lower than a 6 today for Luke Shaw.
I think defensively I didn't see any issues. He wasn't really troubled. Offensively, I thought he was pushing high from get-go, but it wasn't really clicking completely when he was playing closer to Pogba. I think as soon as Rashford got there, as always, the combination blossomed and they play really well together. So, give him a 6.5.
Yeah. I think today for sure it was quite literally just
Yeah,
Aaron
today for
first
sure.
half, Shaw second half. That's all it was. Is that It was sure when Rashford was on that left wing, it was perfect. The link up was fantastic, and you could just see Shaw doing his things going forward. It was great. But defensively, not really troubled. Couldn't really say much. And first half, I barely saw this man going forward. It was all coming down our right hand side in the first half. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to 6.5.
Nice. That's enough. Right, I beg someone else goes first on this one because I really don't want to go first on this one. Malota boy, you go. I feel like Clayton should go next, and then maybe me. And while you do that, I'm just gonna keep quiet.
I'm forgetting the player it was, but today Maguire met his match. Yeah, I made his match today. He had nothing on him,
Keep chugging,
and I feel like
keep chugging.
I feel like I feel like you could have won that battle if he was tighter, but it's a momentum thing. And because we play zonal marking, he's standing here doing nothing, waiting for the player to come to him. This man is just as big as him, so the momentum pushes Maguire down. So yeah, I feel like if he was tighter, it would have been a closer. Yeah, I think if he was tighter to him, I think it would have been a better competition. Yeah, and it was finished there. And as always, the haters were going nowhere. So yeah, no, poor game today. Completely his fault. 0. 0.
Okay.
You know something, Walter?
You go.
I agree with you. It was awful. And yeah, I can't believe he got pushed down onto the ground by James Tarkowski. This man had all the time and space in the world to read the cross. And you know what? He gets shoved to the ground. That is not okay from Manchester United's captain. Never mind an 80 million centre back. That is not good enough. Today, aerially, he was shit. As simple as that. He won like one headed ball, I think, all game, and he gave it away immediately. So, no sympathy today. I'm going to show the 0 as well. Absolutely terrible performance.
Yeah. Harry Maguire, huh? Where do I start? First of all, it's a disgrace that that badge is on your chest. It's a disgrace that that armband is around your arm. It's a disgrace that you get beat in the air by freaking Tarkowski. Zonal marking.
Meant to be a B-Tech Maguire.
Literally.
Just remember that.
80 million. I don't know. You know, he was okay for a period of time. He was doing okay. He's keeping out of the limelight. He's keeping quiet. But I always say, I'm never gonna be naive to the fact that everything's gone. I knew a performance like this was bound to happen again because it just doesn't change. You know, you can't change it. You can't change how Maguire and Lindelof are as a partnership, as they are individually. Shite, fucking shite, and you are the reason that goal goes in. You're literally the reason that goes in. You and the tactics of us defending corners zonally, I feel, were the main reason we conceded from there. And you know what? Everything in the air, you might as well not have played. We honestly, people were starting to like you. People were starting to like you. I was never in that boat, and I still won't be in that boat because I always say, Baye and Axel will always be my centre backs. You, my boy, are fucking trash. So I'm gonna give you also a 0.
Okay, I'm not gonna slate Maguire that much. It's just a bad day at the office, really. I think
Honestly,
he's deserved.
I want my money
He's earned
back.
that over the
I
last
want him
week.
to go back to Leicester, and I wish that signing has never ever happened, ever.
Yeah, no, obviously we'll never defend the 80 million. I won't call him shite after that. And I blame more the zonal market. Yes, he was at fault, hence I gave him a 0. But I blame more the zonal.
The worst is his attitude. Every time he does something wrong, his attitude. He looks like he's been shot. Like he's been falsely accused. Like, bro,
Yeah, I didn't like that
take
as
the
well.
responsibility. You
Get up,
fucking
get
shit,
on with
dude.
it.
Come on.
You're the captain.
Yeah, hey, dude, this guy.
The big argument to the zonal marking being the excuse is you were in Maguire's zone. I do not give a shit if we're doing zonal marking as the issue or not. You were in his zone. He's supposed to defend that zone. He did
Exactly.
jack shit for that zone. I cannot blame Ollie for that.
No, I get you. Like I was saying, I just feel like if it was man-to-man and he was tighter, it would have been a more equal competition. But this guy came rushing at Maguire, and they're like the same size. So like,
But the thing
I
is, he also pushed
understand
him
what happened.
sideways and he was going forwards, you know, so it wasn't even that much motion that I can go, oh, yep, Maguire just got sat down, it's fine. That's probably a foul, it's disallowed.
I
If
get
it's something
you,
like
but
that,
then-
I get you, but I am disagreeing only for the fact that it's James Tarkowski, he's not that fast, and it wasn't a big sprint either. It was a very,
True.
very small run.
True, but like I
There's
said,
minimal
like,
momentum, but Maguire got sat
momentum.
down for no
I think
reason.
momentum. They're similar size, and the advantage Tarkowski had there, he had more momentum than Maguire.
And he was also behind Maguire. Maguire had
yeah.
all the time in the world to read that cross. He should have been jumping
Anna, you could
already
have
by
done
the
better.
time Tarkowski got there. He should have been in the air, heading that out.
Yeah, Maguire, boy, it was a
He
big
should have been
balls
much
up
better.
from you
No
today.
defense.
Yeah,
No defense.
big balls up from you today. At least it didn't cost us today. That's all I can say. At least God helped you.
Nearly
That
did,
costed
yeah.
us today. Yo, God help you today on today's show. I was gonna rinse you even more.
You must
But-
go, you must go kiss Mason Green's boots.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he needs to do. Go thank Mason Greenwood today. But anyways, we move on to Victor Lindelof. Again, today is not really a game I expected him to dominate because Lindelof probably wouldn't win a header against myself and Clay. So that just says everything. Other than that, he had one good long ball. He did have one good long ball. I think it was offside though. But other than that, it was just a below average game for Lindelof. So when he has a below average game for Lindelof, it's just a typical Lindelof performance. So I'll give Lindelof. Actually, Lindelof's a weird one. I'm gonna give him a 4.
I don't know. Like this happens with Lindelof.
Yeah, this what happens with Lindelof.
It's like he just disappears. You don't notice it. I did notice him struggling with recovery from time to time, but it wasn't horrible. And the fact that I didn't notice him too much, that means he probably had an okay game. So I'm gonna give him a 5. I won't violate him too much.
Yeah, a much better performance than Maguire.
Oh yeah, way
But
better.
it's hard.
performance.
It's
It's hard not to be better than that.
exactly. But this defensive unit just has no coaching involved whatsoever. They just get told to wing it every game and they hope for the best. I feel like that's just what it is recently, and I do think Victor's the better centre back. I've said this many times, and I think today he showed that a lot more than Maguire. He showed that he's actually playing for the club a little bit. You could actually see him trying to recover onto players. You could see him actually trying to go in for some blocks. But jeez, it's just such a mess in that back line. I can't. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the 5.
We were due one, boys.
Stop
It was going too well for too long. We were due one.
Yeah.
We were due one of these performances, So
Yeah.
it is
And
what
with
it is.
Burnley's team, like they'll test you, get in your faces and say, "What do you have?" And yeah, they failed today.
And
Yeah.
Chris Wood knock at them. They
Yep.
failed to test miserably.
Bloody Chris Wood did. Burnley and Chris Wood. Yeah, but anyways. Aaron Masaka.
Respect them. You were disrespecting Sean Dykes in the preview.
I didn't disrespect him.
This guy's
I
playing
just said
ball.
he plays, that football, which I don't like myself, but I'm not against other people liking it, But it is what it is. Aaron Masaka, I feel the most sorry for today. I can't even lie to you. I thought he was in the first half. He was going to be my man of the match if things went on the way they did. I thought defensively he was good. I thought going forward he was good. Second half he got a bit quiet, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, Aaron, you can go ask Maguire and Lindelof and the rest of the team for an apology because you fall with the team. You fall with the team. You part of that back line. You're part of the team that conceded. It might not be your fault directly today, and I would have given you a 7, but I'll give you a 6.
I saw one rash tackle in the first half, but besides that, some good tackles. Offensively, pretty decent. He can be more dominant there, but it's a work in progress. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Yeah. As soon as he got that yellow card from that rash tackle, he just sunk into himself. You could tell that Ollie just went, no more, no more. It's fine. We're good. Mason, stay out wider. It's okay. You can actually play winger again. Aaron, play wing back. It's fine. Stay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's exactly what happened after that, because I didn't see a sniff of Aaron after he got that yellow. That yellow, his game was done. As much as I hate saying that, because he was so good. He was so good going forward. He was creating chances. He was actually beating defenders. He just looked really good going forward. And defensively, he was solid. But again, does go down the ship a little bit, and I think the 6 is justified.
Yeah, go down with the ship, Aaron. Go down with the ship, as many defenders do when it comes to Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. But it is what it is. Similar to going down with the ship, Paul Pogba. At the wing, I like Paul Pogba on the wing. No defensive responsibilities, creative. Something different we don't have at Manchester United currently. I do like that. Then I don't mind him when he gets shifted to the central pivot. However, there's one scenario where I do mind it, and that's when he's with Scott McTominay And he's the guy who has to be the CDM. He's the guy who has to look after the defense. He's the guy who needs to hold Scott McTominay's hand. He's not let free. He's very restricted when he plays with Scott McTominay. Probably because he knows Scott McTominay is probably ass, and if I don't do anything here, we are in trouble. So because of that, Pogba, I'm just gonna give you an average 6. I feel like you're let down more by their tactics than your actual performance today.
This change made no sense. It made no sense. What he's gonna do? Play long balls against Burnley? Like I don't know what Ole was thinking there.
That's
And I
entirely
thought
what he was thinking. Don't worry, Pogba will shift it to you, Edison. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Just wait.
insane. And I don't think he was like at his best in the wing, but I think it was a lot because he weren't giving the ball enough to him and Bruno, I think. And when he played deep, he would just pass. He'd make progressive passes, Pogba, but then it wasn't contributing as much as he could, I think, further forward. Then defensively, he was a bit off as well. I felt like he kept losing the ball, some rash tackles here and there. Like I've said, I don't think this is his best position. He can play again. I think he can play next to Kante and run next to him, but I don't think this is his best position. So yeah, I'll agree with the 6.
Yeah, and I'll just go into the tactic rant when I get to Ali. But I do think overall shifting him into the DM role was a massive mistake. Because Ali straight up just went, Scott, you're the one going forward, Pogba, you're the one sitting. It was as simple as that, and it was the dumbest decision I've ever seen. Again, it just tactically didn't get right, and Pogba fell on the sword because of that. Because I do think, like Malota said at the beginning, that most of the good things coming from us in the first half was through Pogba and Bruno. Whenever they had some impact going forward, it looked like something was going to happen. It looked like we could potentially nick something here. So it's very disappointing to see him going into that DM role, and he just disappeared for the rest of the game. I barely saw him again. And yeah, it just evens out to an average performance.
Yeah. Pogba falls by the sword. The irony is that I'm going to give Scott McTominay a 6 because I actually thought McTominay was quite average. I liked him going forward. I don't agree with it. I'd much rather have Pogba having that license.
When you have a pivot of Scott and Pogba and you're choosing Scott to go forward, I think you got issues.
You got big issues, yeah. But at least today with Scott individually, at least I can say is that I know as a team it didn't work well as much as we would like, but Scott individually had an average game. I did notice him going forward. I did notice him, working back when he had to be back. I'm not saying he's good at it. And Scott McTominay's bar is very low on this channel, if anyone knows. His bar is low. Like this man averages probably 3 in the match rating. So when Scott gets a 6, it's probably more like a 5 or 4. But yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Yeah. I think after the Pogba changes, the most obvious thing for me would have been Matic, and I was surprised it didn't happen. But I'm not going to slit Scott too much. I think he had a decent game. I think when he does clear him offensively, even though he wasn't amazing today, you can just see he's more comfortable. And he should. Yeah, he should be doing that more often. And I thought even his retaining of the ball was decent today. The energy as always. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Scott was literally second only to Aaron for my man of the match in the first half. Not gonna lie, I thought he was really, really good in that pivot. I admittedly did think Fred was dead the entire 90 minutes, well, 45 minutes that he played. I didn't see him once, and Scott was just doing everything. I felt Scott was being a bit progressive. He was actually dribbling a little bit of the ball, and he was getting to good positions. And I like that a lot for when Scott goes forward, because he just has the natural instinct to do it. And I hate that we're playing in DM just because he's the size of Matic. It makes no sense.
And sometimes you're playing box to box with Pogba's DM. It's like, what?
Oh, why?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does he have to do all that?
I think he's dead on for his height. Okay, you guys say Match is taller, which I didn't know. But then I feel like he's
Match is probably like 6'6", but Scott's like 6'3" or something,
That's not a big difference, but
they're big dudes nonetheless, and I think Scott's going to scare off most people just as much as Matic would. But Scott's faster, he's a better dribbler, and he's literally like Paul Pogba going forward. Obviously not to anywhere near the technical level of him, but he's got that height and he's got that enthusiasm to go at someone. You're going to get intimidated when you see someone that big running at you. And I will say that Scott should always be the one pushing forward, unless Paul Pogba is next to him. That has to be clear, Ollie. Okay? Paul Pogba needs to go on roaming. Scott needs to stay. It's okay. When he's with Fred, he can go. But I do think it was a pretty good performance from him overall. But second half he did die a bit. So I think the 6.5 is fair.
Yeah.
We need a
Should
season
have got a goal.
so we can
Lots
stop
of
this makeshift thing.
Yeah, lots of 6.5 still taking around, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruno is a weird one. I don't know how I feel about Bruno today. I feel like
Bruno.
yeah, this is Bruno's fault. The standards are just too high. The standards are just too high. That's the problem. I think in general, he didn't do anything wrong. He did. He did have a play part in one of the goals for sure. But yeah, I mean, Bruno, this is your fault. You know, this is your fault. I'm giving you a 6 because I feel like it's an average Bruno performance. It probably is a 7 for any other players, but yeah, it's the average Bruno performance. You know, usually you'd expect Bruno to dominate Burnley.
Like, I think it's one of those cases where the manager has to step up and say, "Mate, you're not going to play every game," and I don't think Ole's doing that because Bruno will always want to play, like the commentators will say, and I think he's fit enough to do that. But the problem is he loses that little bit of quality now. You know, the work rate is still there, but then the touch is not the same, the pass is not the same, and yeah, I think it's opening a lot of criticism for him that he doesn't deserve. He just needs to get a little more rest. But yeah, he, it was better than some of the performances we've seen in the previous weeks, but it still wasn't great. So I'm gonna give him a 5.5. Bruno standards.
This Bruno tax is paid.
Yeah. The issue being right now with Bruno is that he has been trained to play those long balls. He has been trained to go long ball FC. He's just gonna whoop something and he's gonna hope for the best. And against Burnley, that's the worst possible tactic you ever
We're molding
had.
him into playing shit football. This is ridiculous.
Exactly. We're literally, he's just dying because of the Ollie ball. I think Mark said that at some point in the second half as well, when I was watching the watch along. Because that's how I felt as well. Because Bruno just wasn't himself when we're trying to play the style.
He hasn't been himself for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he needs a rest as well. As much as his fitness can keep up, he just played another 90 minutes. That's not fair on him. In a very physical game, he got bullied in the first half. If you guys remember, he got bullied pretty hard, and yeah, I just don't like they played for 90. Yeah.
He just always looks frustrated nowadays.
Yeah.
He's
Man's tired. He's like, I'm tired, kids.
Tired of shit. I just want my band on. I want to leave. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to win my Ballon d'Or and leave.
But yeah, I think just an average Bruno performance. I don't think he can go any higher or lower than that. I'll go to 6.
Yeah. Right. Bruno, you fall by the sword. However, there's some hope now because the depression stops here. I think. I think the depression stops. Here. Oh, actually, we end off with Oli, so you know it never really it ends badly. But for now, for now it'll be on a bit of a high. So obviously, I have Donny and Rashford there because you know they both. I thought Donny did come on and he deserves a rating, so we'll get to Donny after Rashford. Marcus Rashford, I'll go first. I am nowhere near your biggest fan. I've said that many, many times. I'm always like your big brother because I demand a lot of you. But today, what you delivered was exactly what I expected. It's exactly what I want from you. It's exactly what I want to see more of you. Today, the skill was on point. The decisions were on point. When you had to shoot, when you had to shoot, when you had to pass, on point. Did you get an assist? You did get an assist. You did get an assist.
Yeah.
You got an assist.
It was assist for the
Yeah, you got an assist. Could have had a goal. Honestly, if there wasn't a madman out on the field today, you would have been my man of the match. But I'm going to give Marcus Rashford an 8. I thought he was immense today. And by far, one of the most dangerous players on the field.
Yeah, no, Marcus Rashford is back today. And I was happy to see that. And I guess that one game of rest made a difference, you know? So
bigger.
Ola needs to learn from that. And yeah, no, he was just doing what Rashford does, you know? I think the passing, yes, some indecisive in that one chance that he probably should have scored. But besides that, he was taking on players. The skill was on fleek, the crossing. So he was at his best today. I agree with the 7. And the interplay with Shaw was great.
Okay, I'm going to put it underneath just because I have Donny there.
Yeah, I thought today was just fantastic from Rashford. Absolutely immense performance from him. Getting a 1 week break. Just a small time.
Shows what a break can do for a player.
Exactly. It's just that reset that felt Rashi needed. He's been being subbed off recently, and obviously it's because of his injuries. And he's looked just so much better. He's looking more confident in himself. He looked a lot more decisive today. He was taking on players. He was winning it. The skill was fantastic, as you guys said. That was just a fantastic performance from him. And then even just the link up with him, Shaw, and Mason was great today. And there's definitely a case for him being man of the match, but I'm not going that far today. I'm going to 8 as well.
Yeah, I agree with everything. And I think, when you give players like Bruno and Rashford, the guys who recover very quickly, who can play 90 minutes every week, if you give them 1 week rest, that's enough for them. That's enough. That's enough to recharge the batteries fully.
Like, they also have a threshold. Like, De Bruyne also is, Like, I remember Di Maria as well. I do think we kind of overplayed him as well. Like, he came to the club. Remember, he scored this amazing chip against Leicester. He
I
was
remember.
fantastic.
Yes.
When he left, he was so average. And players get tired. And we need to understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's good to see Rashford like that. Hopefully. I say hopefully because I don't know what his injury is like because he still didn't play the full 90. He did come off. So I don't know what that's like still. We don't know how he's still feeling mentally, physically. So, but hopefully we get to see that consistently, and more.
The nice thing is they're all getting a week break now, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If Ari doesn't rest him, hopefully the calendar can rest him for once, So yeah, let's hope they're better next week as well. So, but we move on to Donny, the birthday boy. Hey, Donny, I say this all the time. You're getting violated. You're actually getting violated. Comes on today. Every time we need a goal, Donny comes on, and he might not have a direct influence, but as soon as he's on the pitch, we score. We score instantly. And today, we score as soon as he comes on. Then the second one, he creates a goal. So beautiful from Donny van der Beek. And because I like you, this is a birthday present. It's a 7, but because it's your birthday, I'm gonna bump it up to 8.
Yeah. I think there's been a number of times, I can't recall exactly, where he's come on in the league and made a difference. And to do that and still not get picked is just mind-blowing. But, he played well today. He just fit in, didn't need time to warm up because he's a fast player. And I'll match the 8 as well for his birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving him the biggest birthday present today. He gets my man of the match.
Wow.
Oh.
He gets the direct impact. He made this game. Everything. I can't give it to the obvious one, unfortunately, and I'll give my reasons why now. But yeah, I do think Donny was fantastic, and do you want to push it?
Up to you, it's his birthday, though.
Just a 9. It's the 9 of the man of the match.
Fair enough. 9 of the match, Donny van der Beek. This guy needs to be playing more. He just needs to be playing more. This man played for 8 minutes. Exactly. He played for 8 minutes, and he completely changed the game, Completely changed the game. But anyways, we all know this. It's nothing new. We all know this. Edison Cavani, I'm giving you a 6 because you took Mason Greenwood's hat-trick. I'm joking. He came on. I'll be honest with you. It's the same old thing. You're a goal scorer. You got your goal today. Job done. But other than that goal, oh God. I don't know what you do. Honestly, I don't know what you do. But you keep scoring. I won't complain. You keep scoring, I don't complain. You score tap-ins, my favorite type of goals, I don't complain. So I'll give you a 7 out of 10.
Look, he was involved in the build-up, but the goal itself, I swear, like, it was that simple. But then we can't fault him because, that's his job, he's a striker. But besides what happened in that goal, in that build-up, he did jack, to be honest. But yeah, we needed the goal, so... Now I'm not being nice, 6.5.
I'm going to be honest here and just say you would have sworn Cavani was on as long as Donny was on. Not going to lie. He did not have 45 minutes of impact. He had 10 minutes of impact with Donny. As simple as that. But he got his goal. We moved 7. I'm with you there.
Yeah. Now I need to clear up some space. Come down. Let me clear up some
Need some zeros here.
I need some zeros over here. Hey. Let me actually you right, you also. Yeah, Mason, you don't deserve it. Let me put you here, bro. There we go. Let's put my son. There we go. Right. Moloto, you can go first. Clayton, you can go after because I'm going to be here a while. So yeah, take your time.
Yeah, no. Mason Greenwood is back. He's back. He was fantastic today. Even before the goals, I think the work rate. I saw him recover. I saw him right next to Everton recovering and making a tackle and running straight back and being there in time. I thought his work was fantastic. His footwork as always. And a brace, if I'm not mistaken. So I think a brilliant game today. I can't see any other option for Man United today. So I won't flog it. I'll just give him a 10. But he was brilliant.
Fair enough, fair. Nice.
Yeah, so the reason I don't want to go for Mason is because I genuinely thought he was quite shit. I thought he had the Rashford performance, when Rashford is just there, not really doing anything for the team overall. As much as Mason does come back to help his defender, that was it. That's all I saw from Mason, and then he gets walked with the brace. So I can't be too harsh, but it definitely wasn't good enough for my man of the match. I saw too many errors in his game. I saw him being a lot too lazy. I saw him way out of position. I saw him basically trying to headbutt Rashford for that striker position for a lot of that first half, and Aaron just had free reign over the right because of that. It was very frustrating to watch because he just didn't know what he was supposed to do. As much as he scored a brace, basically won his game single-handedly, I just think a lot of other elements of his game need some work. So I do think it was a good performance just because of the goals. He simplified it and it just worked. Just one touch, goal, bang, done. He doesn't need the fancy step overs, triple five people. He just needs to hit it with his left and it's in the back of the net. Simple as that for him. And he just needs to keep on doing that. So yeah, I'm going to go to 8 for him.
Funny enough, it seemed like Rashford was playing striker a bit more than he was today.
They were headbutting
switching,
each other though. They were definitely headbutting each other. That's my issue. Rashford was definitely told to play striker. Green was like, no, mine, move. It was very annoying because they were playing like a 4-4-2 at stages.
I'll minus 2 because I low-key feel like you should have had 2 more goals. But Mason, everything he touches just turns into goal, and you know what? You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're the best striker I've ever seen at this club for a very long time. you, my boy, are generation. I've stuck with you, even when the critics were coming out. I stuck with you. You're my son. You'll always be my son. You can have the most stinkiest careers from here on, and I'll back you. But yeah, it's Mason Greenwood. It's Mason Greenwood. You know, he might not do everything amazingly, but at the end of the day, bang 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 bang, goal, wins us the game. I have no complaints whatsoever. That is his future career. That is his future career at United. That's his future role at United. Bang bang goals. That's it. Bang goals, left, right, and center. You do that week in, week out. And the irony is, I'm just gonna say that Saka is supposedly having an amazing season. Yeah, and Greenwood's having a shit season. But guess who's caught up with Saka's stats within 2 games? Mason Greenwood. So behave yourself, Arsenal fans. These generations.
Saka's not the same.
W with a draw against Fulham, guys. Don't worry. Keep on.
Saka's not the same class as Greenwood. I think just a level below.
It's much below, I'd be honest. Much as I rate Saka, Greenwood's just
Nah, Greenwood is it's too beautiful. It's too beautiful. As for this man, he's not that beautiful. I'm not going to slate him too much though. I think zonally marking again and again and again, you must be some other level of thick to do this. The player selection was dreadful. I still don't think the football is at its best. The subs could have been better. No Ahmad, so...
Only made 2 subs, well. Just saying.
It's like he's building a dossier of all his errors.
Something got a whole 8 minutes of football on his birthday even.
Yeah, I'll give him 1 below average because I feel like there's so much more that you could do. There's just so much more you could do. And I'm not saying the result is bad. That's why I was give you a 6, but in my heart you still hurt him, You still hurt him. Yeah, this is not what I want. It's not what I want, so I can't even say it's like, average performance. Listen, the players I didn't agree with, but we played good football, then I'll be like, and won the game, I'll be like, at 6. But like, yeah, it's just, you're still below it for me. But yeah, Malota. Resin map?
Yeah, no. I actually won't. So there were some issues. Solo marking again, because he's waiting till the summer to deal with it for some odd reason. Or he's not, because he thinks it's right, and the fact that it's gone wrong over and over and over again is evidence. So yeah, I don't know about that. Tactic, as I've said, I think weren't the right ones. I think it was quite obvious how we had to play, and he went for the complete opposite. So I don't understand that. But at the same time, the man won 3-1,
That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
It's that thing again,
3-1, the players won 3-1.
I don't like doing that, He's the manager. He got the results. So I was gonna give him a 0, but to be turned it around, I'm gonna give him a 5.
No,
Give him a 0.
Ali did nothing today. 0. He did nothing right today. There was nothing right with anything that Ollie had influence on today. Today was a player's dub. Today was a player's dub.
Yeah.
I will 100% preach that. Today was a player's dub. Ollie did nothing right. I feel like he hurt the players more than he helped them.
Devil advocate wise, we played his tactic and eventually it worked. You know? So, I don't
eventually
know.
we got into the counter of the low block. Eventually, when they had to chase the game, eventually the counter worked.
Who are we to say that's not Ollie's plan? Burnley were tired, gents. Just keep doing it. Who are we to say it's
Ollie
not?
pulled a
And on
page
top of
of
that,
Jose's
it's
book it
so
down. It's the
dizzy.
85th minute. You can count it.
It's
Let's
actually
go.
so dizzy when you say it as well. Because
Oh,
it's like,
no.
yeah, it worked, but it's so dizzy. Like, what are you doing actually?
No.
Did you
fam,
need to be
that-
serious?
It worked because of individual brilliance. We got a nice interception and then just beautiful play from creative
Listen,
players.
Oli, yeah, listen, Oli.
I get you. But at the same time, the fact that we come back so much, Ollie might be the greatest motivator.
He can be the greatest
He might
motivator.
just
He's
be.
a glorified assistant, and I don't want to be head coach anymore.
I think we're a lot there. Like I said, it's gonna take a lot more than this to swing my opinion of Oli Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. As manager.
Much more than this.
Exactly,
Today
so-
was a very, very bad reason to give
Yeah,
him
fair, but-
regret,
The glorified assistant is in
You
the
like
semi-final of
it.
the
You
Europa
like
League.
it. Thank Mason for this fact. That's
Well,
all I can say. Thank
We won't
Mason.
win the
That is where
league.
we'd be
We
with
won
a
the
proper
league,
head coach.
but we're 8 points behind City. I mean, I feel like under we just kept flying backwards and backwards and backwards until it was 20 points. He's maintained a level of respect, in my opinion.
Again, Duncan
That's what we want to be
survived.
at. United, of
Usually
course.
I'm in a violating mood. It's just lucky today. Caught me on a nice day. Formula One was very good for me. Mason did me proud. So yeah, he caught me in a good mood today. So I'm gonna give him 5. We'll see what happens next week. Because at least now we've got a little bit of a woof till the next time we play. But I think the next time we do play, oh, it's that day. Oh, it's that day. It is that game, people. It is the best game of the season. No matter what happens next season, next week, I know I will see good football irrespective of what happens. Because either Leeds are gonna smack us or we're gonna smack Leeds. There's gonna be one way or the other. There's no in between.
If this ends,
It's
no,
gonna
no,
be-
I'm gonna
it-
cry.
that time-
I'm gonna
If that
cry.
ends 0-0 and it's shit football, I'll actually cry. Because next week's my only hope to watch a good football
This
match
man's like,
of Man
it's
United.
it's the best football week, and that time we're playing Liverpool.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Dead. Leeds are coming to town. And when Leeds come to town,
We are going
we're
to
gonna-
town.
we're going to town. We're going to Leeds' town. And we go to Leeds' town, or they come to our town, you'll watch some football. So, yeah, I'm excited for next week. I'm always excited. I love Leeds. Everyone knows that. Very unpopular opinion. I know lots of people will not agree with that. But I love them. I will be on Leeds' side next week, Just to play the devil's advocate. But yeah, if you did enjoy the show, do subscribe. Do smash a like if you're new. Well, the other way around, Subscribe if you're new. Smash a like, irrespective, smash the like. Comment down below your man of the match. And yeah, we will check you for the Leeds preview next. Well, Clayton might do,
In a
obviously.
week, yeah.
Clayton will do his shows, obviously. But, from the us three. Oh, that Leeds preview. I can't wait for it. And we will check you there.